kind of a character.
Did
The benevolent spirit.
It kind of helps out.
Yeah.
Do they like give a shout out to Lincoln?
Yeah, Lincoln's in it.
Lincoln's in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah, and
I'll go see it.
And
then.
there's a fantastic pig pen gag that just cracks me up.
Just
Is
so
it the
you
water?
Just so you know, here's a contemporary reference for you.
Okay.
Lincoln, the character in Peanuts, was the inspiration for Token on South Park.
Ah.
There you go.
Oh my god!
That is the truth.
I feel like I'm a part of something. Follow me on Twitter
So-
at Token J.
I'm at
What are you giving it? 3
about
stars?
3. I think about 3
You
stars.
sound about 3 stars.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's so simple, but it's kids. Well, and that's the thing that you said because the kids in your
There's some
theater,
really bored kids.
his kids were bored. I went to because I missed a press screening, saw it on Friday, like a 12:30 show. It's not primetime kid hour, I guess. Maybe like 7 or 8 kids were in there. It was an empty theater. I think this film's probably not going to do well.
It was actually tracking well at the time of this recording.
Was it?
I-
Okay.
I
I hope
We're
it does
looking
well.
at 45 million.
What I was
Oh wow. Okay.
Well, what I was noticing is that I don't think the kids in my screening could relate to these kids because they weren't sitting there glued to iPhones. They weren't playing video games. There's not a single fucking video game in this movie. It's all kids.
Oh.
They go outside and play.
I'm out.
And they go outside and play all the time. And they go to school and they play, and that's what they do. And they go to dances, and they worry about things that kids worried about 20, 30 years ago. There wasn't any of this whole, I'm bored, I'm going to sit here on my iPhone. So that's, I think, what was going on. And some of the kids in my theater seemed to be bored by being in a theater.
My kids were laughing. All 7 of them, they were having a good time.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I hope it does well.
All right.
It's about 3 stars. The other ones, also speaking of if you love the franchise, Spectre.
James Bond.
New
The
James Bond.
74th James Bond movie.
I think it's 24th.
79th.
Somewhere around there.
It's the 85th.
230th James Bond movie.
It's Daniel Craig's 4th one. And the story is that it starts out, he's down in Mexico City doing something that he wasn't told, wasn't assigned to do.
He's gone rogue.
He's gone rogue. He's
gone rogue again.
So basically he gets, shit goes down, a great helicopter sequence, and basically, was it Ray Fiennes is now M. And he says, basically you're suspended until further notice, and we'll figure it out. Moneypenny is like, what are you doing? You obviously have a secret. And he goes, well, I'll show you
I'm
something.
turning down the lights, Moneypenny. Your pants are about to hit the ground.
He puts this video on, and it's Dame Judi Dench, who he lost in Skyfall. And she says, if you're watching this, I'm dead.
Yes.
If I'm dead, go kill this guy. And when you kill him, go to his funeral, and you'll see why. Right? So he's like, well, fuck, I'm going to go kill that guy. So that's the guy he killed. That's the guy he killed in Mexico.
Well, you don't ignore an order from Dame Judy.
No, you fucking do it.
I did once.
So
You paid for it.
So he killed this guy. He goes to his funeral. Well, that's when we meet good old Christoph Waltz. And he's been notified that there is an underground syndicate known as Spectre.
Yes.
Who, if you are a James Bond fan, has been mentioned many times. It's the guy with the white cat on his lap.
Blofeld.
Yeah, Blofeld.
Blofeld.
Yes.
So that's who Christoph Waltz is.
Is there an angry Russian maid with stiletto heel, literally stiletto shoes?
No, but there is Dave Bautista, who does not have metal teeth and doesn't talk. He doesn't talk and has metal fingernails.
Nice.
And rips people's eyes out.
Holy
Nice.
fucking shit!
They've been paying homage to the old movies for a while. I mean, even in Quantum of Solace, there was a woman drenched in oil instead of dipped in gold.
Sure, but this is my neighbor and good friend Egg is a huge Bond fan and could not stop fucking laughing through this movie
good.
because he was losing his shit.
That's good.
And now I will say, and we both agreed on this, Skyfall is a better movie because Skyfall was fantastic.
That was
Skyfall.
really
I
good.
liked Skyfall.
That was
yeah.
a classy fucking Bond
To
movie.
a good
me
one.
and to Egg, and whether if you agree or not, this is a better James Bond film. You get your gadgets.
Oh, I see.
You get your gadgets. You get your car with like the cool fucking machine guns. You get the fucking ejector seat in a car. You get like all the cheesy shit. But what they did, and this is how I feel it, because I think there's a divide in this because it's getting mixed reviews. And as a James Bond fan, I loved it.
And some people are like, it ruins the franchise.
It doesn't because then you don't know the fucking franchise.
Right.
Because what you do, it's kind of what what Kat fell in love with was Daniel Craig and shirtless and all that, and she was pissed because there's no shirtless. Well, in the opening sequence, he's shirtless. That's it. And she was like, "Fuck James Bond."
What a waste.
Needs to go back to that one where they strapped him naked to a chair.
Casino Royale.
Yeah.
That's where she jumped on board. She's like, "I'm in."
Oh,
And so
see, he's my favorite Bond. I'll be honest.
I like him
with
as
you.
Bond. I think he's a great Bond. And so you've got this divide of people who fell in love with Daniel Craig's Bond, this raw, gritty, I've got mommy issues Bond.
Yeah.
And then you've got people who've been watching it since the 60s, 70s, or just,
Yeah.
as a kid, I was born in the 80s, but I still watched Dr. No. I watched Goldfinger. And you have this affinity towards
That Bond.
the corniness, but still fun times with it. And not all of them are corny, but I mean, the Roger Moore ones were the corniest.
He had all of the funniest lines.
Oh, yeah. But that's the thing though. Even lines like what was it? I can't remember. I want to say it's Thunderball, but I could be wrong. Sean Connery strapped to a torture device. No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
That's Goldfinger.
Is that Goldfinger?
Yes.
Okay. In this one, there's a part where he walks up to Christoph Waltz and he goes, and Christoph Waltz goes, "Why did you come here?" He goes, "I came here to kill you." And he goes, "Oh, really? Because I thought you came here to die." And I go, "Fuck." They're making cheesy lines. They're having cool gadgets. If you love James Bond, I think you will like this film. If you like the more serious, brooding Daniel Craig Bond, you're not going to enjoy it.
Well, how many brooding, serious James Bond movies have we had?
3
out of the 87.
But I know, but there's 3. But people came into that.
Yeah.
Like that's Casino Royale brought in a whole new generation of Bond fans.
Yeah.
Yep.
And what they're doing is going back to the roots, and people don't want to
See,
go.
and I'm both, so I'll be okay.
Yeah,
All right,
you'll enjoy it.
They were making.
I think I'll be just fine on this.
They're making movies more like the Ian Fleming books.
And-
Yeah.
So
And actually, it sounds like I'll like this one better because
I think you'll like it because the way I describe it, they're doing what Marvel did to the comics, where they're modernizing it. They're kind of keeping the cheesiness, but like when Falcon says "Fire Red Wing," it's not a bird; it's a drone. This is everything else, but just in reality. Kind of.
I just hope they bring back the joy and the fun of Octopussy.
Yeah.
Because
no.
when I think of Bond, I think of Octopussy.
No.
Yeah.
Or maybe Moonraker.
When I think of Bond, I just think of pussy.
No,
Because Moonraker was fantastic.
I miss Holly Goodhead.
No,
Moonraker happened because of Star Wars.
Moonraker- and
It was that space movie's making money.
they
Get
said-
him up into space.
They
I
even
know,
said,
but Moonraker is my legit favorite movie because
Really?
it is the first Bond movie that I saw as
Really?
a child.
yeah.
Oh.
I was born in '83.
That's right.
So I mean, like, it was the first.
That's
Moonraker. There was a fucking children's book about Moonraker.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
What?
I think my first Bond movie was A View to a Kill.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is that Grace
Ugh.
Jones?
Grace Jones and Christopher Walken.
And
My
yes.
favorite thing about this newest Bond movie though is that Daniel Craig is at a point where he clearly hates James Bond.
Oh,
He said I don't like the character. He
He
said
said I'm having fun with these movies, but let's not paint him in a good light. He's not a good person.
he's a womanizing shithead.
No, he's never was a good person.
No.
And my other favorite thing that he said is someone was saying, well, what is it like having an older Bond woman because Monica Bellucci's in this movie? And he's
Let me make this very clear because people keep saying that. She's in there for 4 minutes.
well, she's also the first Bond woman that I think's actually been anywhere near Bond's age.
No, I'm
And
fine
also,
with it, but
she's
like
fucking Monica
her scene is
Bellucci.
fucking pointless. Because
Is it?
Oh god, he walks up to her because
Yeah.
spoiler alert, whatever.
Spoilers.
The guy he kills in Mexico, that's her husband. So he goes to the funeral. She's there.
And he seduces her.
I see her. Well, seduces her. He basically says 3 words to her and then tries to fuck her. And you're like,
Fuck yeah!
I'm like, this is fucking dumb. Like this is really.
That's
fucking
awesome.
stupid.
That's
I
how
don't care.
Bond-
It's not dumb. It's
They
awesome.
made a huge deal out of casting Monica Bellucci for 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the girl, I can't remember her name, that is the main Bond girl. She looks like his daughter.
She's
and
like-
it's kind of creepy.
Yeah, it's like
I'm nailing my 16-year-old niece.
Yeah.
All right.
I think he's 47 and she's 30. So
So you're giving this one 3?
I'm at 3.
3 stars.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. There you go.
Not bad.
What do we have? DVDs and games.
Real fast, they tried to relaunch the Terminator franchise with Genesis, not even spelled properly. I had a good time with it. It
I
was
liked
stupid.
it.
I liked
It
it.
was
I
stupid.
need to see
I
it.
like
It's one
it.
of the greatest movies in the last 5 years. 5 years of a great movie.
I thought stupid.
I liked
is-
it. Even the Frost Giant liked it, and she doesn't like much.
Yeah?
I thought stupid is what we look for in our entertainment anymore.
Hey, I can enjoy a good stupid movie. Trainwreck is out, Amy Schumer's. Judd Apatow. I liked it. It was funny.
Not as good as Terminator.
But again, it suffered from Apatow syndrome.
too long.
20 minutes too long.
Always too long with him. Ian McKellen was great as Sherlock Holmes and Mr. Holmes.
That's what I hear.
Yeah,
it's,
he
it's
was
a
cool.
retired Sherlock Holmes.
I remember when
kinda,
it first started, he's all shaky and shit. I'm like, oh, God. Because in Days of Future Past, Ian McKellen was looking a little rough.
He looks tired.
And I was like, oh, Ian McKellen looks rough in this. And then all of a sudden, it goes like, 10 years past, 10 years ago. And all of a sudden, he's like spry and shit. I'm like, oh, fuck you.
Oh, you and your acting.
You're such a good actor.
Acting.
Basically, you had, in this film, the Mandarin, who's getting old with cancer, decides to take Deadpool's body, which is Ryan Reynolds and Ben Kingsley, in Selfless.
Selfless.
So basically, it's transferring consciousness into another body.
okay.
Oh, Freaky Friday.
It was pretty much
With science.
science. It was all right. There was another film. This was actually at Sundance. I think it was called. I can't remember the name of it. It was not called Bound to Vengeance, but it's about the girl who was captive. She was captured, and she breaks out. The whole movie is her torturing her captor and making him release all the other girls.
Yeah.
It was actually kind of cool, except for the very last. I won't ruin it, but the ending, I was like, oh, fuck off! Don't not show him getting his his comeuppance. Like, I want to see that guy get his brains bashed in because he's a piece of shit. Justice League Unlimited, the complete series is on.
So fucking.
Yeah.
Good
God
stuff.
damn it!
I want it.
God, you
How much
see
is it? How
everyone.
much is it?
Nope.
How much is it?
I don't know. I don't have
Nope.
prices.
Nope.
I
Nope.
want it.
Nope.
Why don't you
Nope.
like Justice League Unlimited? Please tell me.
Because I'm an audio engineer. I'll leave it at that. Kerry knows what I'm talking about.
He didn't like the sound. Okay.
No, they very clearly did not have the actors come into it. And it's early enough in digital recording that they were sending digital recorders to the actors to record their voice work.
You could
So
sound
they sound like they're in a closet. So when
They're-
you hear fantastic actors like Nathan Fillion doing cool DC characters,
And Phil Lamar.
and they sound like they're in a tin can.
Oh.
So that was really hard for
Okay.
me because
All right.
I'm doing audio engineering. I'm doing a lot of audio production.
Stories.
They were fantastic, and they were delivered by guys in tin cans. But great cartoon.
That's the best tin can story you'll
I
find.
want the audio re-engineered.
that would be
You know,
nice. I'd be okay with that.
I didn't know if you guys knew Automan.
Automan.
All right, shut the fuck up.
The TV show?
Yeah, the
With
complete.
Desi Arnaz Jr. and the guy that was like a Tron?
Yeah.
I think Shannon knew it.
He turned into a car, right?
No.
No?
He was like a Tron. He was like
I just saw it. The
Oh,
cover
no,
made me
and he
laugh.
had that
okay.
little his little guy named Cursor. Cursor would fly around and he could make a car.
He
and
could make a car appear.
And remember, and it would drive and it turned like a light cycle. And Desi Arnaz would be like up against. God damn, so good.
You really liked this.
Well, the complete series is now
Well,
out.
there you go. There's something else for
I
you.
might get that.
And then last but not least, because it's a great show, Better Call Saul,
Oh yeah.
season 1.
Best.
Almost as good as Automan.
Almost.
Doesn't
Almost.
have Desi Arnaz Jr. in it.
but not as good as Mantis.
That's right. Games?
There are 2 games of note coming out this week.
I was moving on because man, it's just kind of.
Yeah, that's a conversation killer.
Yep.
I had to do a quiet segue into the next subject.
Tomb Raider, the new Tomb Raider game comes out this week on Xbox One.
Last one was fun.
Yeah, the last one was really good. Same company, so it's probably going to be good as well. Excited about that game. Looks good.
I'm so sorry.
All right. And now the reason Leigh's so excited, and everyone else out there that likes video games, Fallout 4 comes out this week.
I never got into it.
Did you ever play Fallout 3? No?
You're not
I haven't played any of
New
them.
Vegas?
You're not into RPGs though.
Oh, I know. Yeah,
Yeah.
because the same guys who made
Skyrim,
It just-
Oblivion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not.
It looks
Morrowind.
cool. I'll give it that.
I'm not an RPG
So-
guy either. So
Yeah.
it's,
It's a beautiful world.
Yeah.
It really is. And
It's beautiful in its destruction and
Yeah.
sadness.
well, because it's an alternate
post-apocalyptic.
universe where we got caught up in the 50s aesthetic.
Yep.
And it's about like 2050, 2060 when the nuclear war breaks out
Yeah.
with the Russians and the Chinese. And so yeah, all the other games you've been kind of wandering around listening to old 40s music like the Ink Spots and you've got but you're firing nuclear weapons and
Lasers and
power armor, but it all looks like it was made in the
guns.
50s.
that's cool.
so that
this-
game is coming out on PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
The first RPG in history where you can pick your name and the game will actually use the name in dialogue.
Yeah,
It
they
won't- it won't
recorded
be-
that name with that dialogue however many times for however many names they decided to do it. So you could put in Kerry and it'll
tens of thousands of names.
it'll say, "Hi Kerry, welcome to Nuketown."
But it won't say it written. The
No,
voice
the voice
actors
actor
will
Voice actor
use the
will
name.
read it.
That's cool.
And one of the names
neat.
they've got, because Bethesda doesn't really give a shit. It's a mature game, so one of the names that's possible to name your character is Fuckface, and people will say, "Welcome to town, Fuckface."
My character's name is Jay Willikers.
So
what you
yeah.
did there. I see what you
Also
did
of
there.
note is they made both genders playable
Completely.
as the
Oh,
main
good.
character,
Yeah.
so you can play
Good.
as a woman or a man.
Yep.
All the lines of dialogue fully recorded by both
That's
voice
great.
actors, a man
It's
and
a
a woman.
lot of fucking dialogue
I mean,
recording.
No,
It is
Bethesda
a
is
ton.
notorious for their fully interactive voice acting. They said they basically did like 5 times what they normally do.
Yeah,
So
a massive amount.
real immersive
Hate to
stuff.
be the voice actor standing in a booth reading all those names.
yeah.
Barry.
Jesus.
Barry.
Barry.
I imagine.
Dave.
I imagine
Bobby.
the extra work.
Fuckface.
Bart.
didn't hurt
Bort.
the paycheck much.
I hope
Bort.
Bort got to be one of them.
It has to be Bort.
Got to be
Yeah.
Bort. Getting
So
On a Bort license plate.
if you have a loved one or friend that is excited for that game, just say goodbye
goodbye.
to them for the
I
next
feel
couple of weeks.
I feel so bad for my wife because she's going to lose a son and a husband.
Oh,
a person I work with at the Nerd Factory already took 2 weeks off.
2
weeks?
in
2
anticipation.
weeks off.
Wow.
Did I tell you guys how much money I have been offered for my edition of Fallout 4?
$17.
No, I
Oh.
I managed to get the pre-order with the Pip-Boy.
Right, right.
I've had offers of several $100s for the Pip-Boy.
Do it.
What's the Pip-Boy?
It's a little wrist-mounted
not
computer
little.
interface. No, it covers your whole forearm.
It's huge.
But they've made it so you can actually fit your phone into it
Yeah.
and have the full
And there's a
digital
phone
interface.
app you download.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. It'd be like, if you ordered a Star Trek game and it came with a fully functional tricorder.
Yeah.
It's like that. Anything else?
That's it.
Movie night?
Okay.
We can talk about movie night. It's
It happens.
no, I know what it is.
That we do those.
It's the last Sunday of the month. Mm-hmm. So we're
It's at Broovies.
I think Kerry's looking at the actual date.
I was just trying to dig up the date.
The theme is take this job and shove it.
Hell
Yes.
29th.
It's the 29th, and it's let's
Sunday.
see. I know it's
That's the Sunday after
but
Thanksgiving.
It's Minute Work
Yes.
with Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez.
Yeah.
Funny fucking movie.
Emilio Estevez's second best part.
Emilio and
Mighty
and then,
Ducks being the first, right?
Repo Man.
and then Repo Man.
One of the greatest soundtracks of all
So
time.
technically, it's just an Emilio night.
It's Emilio Estevez night.
It's a night with and Repo Man. Okay, a lot of you probably don't even know what
I've
this movie
seen it.
is. It is
fucking
this.
amazing.
This is the movie
And
that
it's
in
not
my
Repo
mind.
Men.
No, it's Repo Man,
Yeah.
and it's got one of the best soundtracks ever. Like
Yes.
Shannon
The
said,
fucking circle jerks are in this
this movie is punk rock.
yeah.
That's what it is.
What does he repossess in this movie?
Cars.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
One of them's got an alien in it that makes people's boots explode.
You guys, if you're listening right now, show up to movie night. Seriously.
Best line in that movie is, John Wayne's a fag.
No, he
the
ain't.
hell he is. Now, I installed a one-way mirror in his room, and he did freaky shit. He would
He
dress
showed
up as a woman.
He showed up at the door in a dress. And there's another great line. You know, a woman loves you when she'll do your dog. So freaky.
Fucking great movie. It's and the soundtrack though. It's all
Oh, yeah.
80s punk rock. It's fucking
Yeah.
fantastic.
Come out, dye your hair and yell at the establishment. Fuck it. Let's do it. At Broovies.
All right. That's the 29th.
There you have it.
I'll give you my recommendation.
Everybody be there.
next-
Everybody.
Next episode.
Everybody.
Everybody.
No, every.
okay.
Okay, no urban talk.
Sorry.
Thank you, you
Sorry.
fucking G word.
Everybody.
Everybody.
God,
G-word.
you could cut the
Man.
tension with
Word.
a knife.
Word.
Gary.
I thought they were going to sing the
That's
theme
my
to
that's my
Homestar
new
Runner.
slur for you is gword.
All right.
I'll take it.
Mr. B, if you would.
I want to die with a lung full of ham.